Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
All right, I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. So over the last day or so, I've been asked many times how I've seen the images posted by Deontay Wilder and, of course, his newly promoted trainer in Malik Scott. Deontay Wilder has returned to training. Do I think that it means that he's about to imminently announce his return to the ring? Now, firstly, I don't think that he's just got back into training now. You can tell by his physique that he has been working out. Okay, he's not going to sit around on the sofa for the past 15, 16 months since he got absolutely pummeled, humiliated and bounced up and down the canvas by Tyson Fury. That's not all he's been doing. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm sure he has been sat around in dark rooms, crying himself to sleep, thinking up new asinine excuses as to why he lost and all these kind of things. I'm sure that's happened, and I'm sure he's been doing like a lot of research to see if it's still possible, or if it isn't indeed possible for him to get his dream of becoming pregnant, becoming some kind of surrogate. Hey, that's his words, not mine. It's not me hating. He actually said that. But has he been working out? You can see he's been working out. Now, does twerking every chance he gets, as he's been caught on camera several times, twerking all the time, so how many times has he been doing it when the camera's not been on him? I would imagine quite a bit. I would imagine that would be quite strenuous, quite a physical activity to do. I wouldn't know. I've never tried twerking myself. But is that enough to get the kind of physique that he's got? No, I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, sure, it may contribute to him losing a lot of muscle mass in his legs. I mean, pigeon's kneecaps is... Anyway, is what it is. I'm not going to go in on him. Now, does this mean that he's about to return to the ring? Is he about to announce another opponent? Possibly. Very possibly. I mean, he's been out of the ring for a long time. We know that he avoided the Tyson Fury rubber match, the third fight. Again, for me, I think a lot of these excuses aimed at Tyson Fury and all the excuses as to why he lost was a way of him trying to push Tyson Fury away. And ultimately, it has worked. I know the arbitration, the case and everything is somewhat still pending, even though I did an interview with Bob Arum not so long ago, only a few weeks ago, where he said that Wilder has absolutely no leg to stand on. He ain't going to get nothing out of it. But hey, ultimately, who knows? Who knows? I mean, Bob Arum's a lawyer. He's the one involved. What do I know about it? But apparently Wilder is just after some compensation. He doesn't want the Tyson Fury third fight. And that is what it is. So who's he going to fight next? Could be anyone's guess. And if you look at Deontay Wilder's resume, he's fought 40 trash cans. Let's be honest. I mean, I don't want to be rude about fighters who get into the ring and do what they do. I mean, they're much better than what I am, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, they have been complete knockovers. Let's be honest. So I wouldn't expect him to do anything else other than fight another knockover. Okay. I would imagine it'd be somebody who isn't very powerful themselves. I would imagine it'd be somebody who isn't quite durable. So Wilder will go in there and blitz him in the first couple of rounds, maybe in the first round, who knows. At best, I would probably imagine it'd probably be a Charles Martin or a Robert Helenius. Best case scenario, maybe Adam Kalnacki or something like that. I wouldn't have thought that he's going to try and pursue a Dillian Whyte fight. I wouldn't have thought he's going to try and pursue a Andy Ruiz Jr. fight. And I know a lot of people saying, but he hasn't fought since February of last year. So he should be given a pass. He should be able to have a bit of a tune-up fight, as many fighters do. And that's fine, except for Wilder's been saying how he wants the Tyson Fury third fight next. I know what his words are saying, but his actions are saying the complete opposite. But if he did want the Tyson Fury third fight or a match, then okay, so that means that he's in shape. That means he's ready for a big fight. So why would he fight somebody less? Tyson Fury, of course, has fought on the very same day last time out himself. Fury hasn't had a fight since, and his next fight will be for the undisputed crown against Anthony Joshua. Granted, Fury took absolutely zero damage in that fight. Wilder got beaten back and black and blue and from pillar to post and up and down off the canvas like a yo-yo and splattered and whatever else. But ultimately, I think a lot of it does depend on Deontay Wilder's mentality. I mean, his actions would tell you that he's not over that defeat, because even in the post, to be honest, I don't know what it was that he was saying in the post. It made absolutely zero sense to me. I don't know if it's some kind of poem. Is he into some kind of literature? I don't know. I don't really get it. Other than the words, #revenge at the end. And that's good. And if he genuinely wants revenge, then he should have thought about that a few months ago rather than turn down fight day after fight day that was offered by ESPN and Top Rank. And if he didn't turn him down, then he needs to be looking at his team. But ultimately, I think he needs to stop making excuses. He needs to look past it and say, listen, I just got battered. It is what it is. At some point, I'll find Tyson Fury again. I'll get in a position where I'm going to fight him and we'll get it on. But right now, I need to have a little bit of a road of a comeback. And now, if he was to say all that, we can go, okay, fine. That is what it is. But honestly, I can't see him being back in the world title picture anytime soon, unless of course he goes for a WBA regular, and unless of course he actually looks at the landscape and goes, well, I'm not going to get a world title fight against Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury for a minimum 18 months now. So maybe I can get myself back in a position, because obviously there's going to be mandatories built up. There's a very good chance that the winner of Fury and Joshua, especially when the second fight is done, the belts could well be fragmented. So there could be an opportunity for him to get into line. But for him to get into the line, then he needs to fight somebody at the top. Would that be Dillian Whyte? Would that be Andy Ruiz Jr.? Joe Joyce, Usyk, whatever. Okay, that's something he's going to have to do. Does he have the backbone to do it? I don't know. But ultimately, he is coming to the end of his career, and he has been a loss waiting to happen for many, many years. I'm not just saying this because Tyson Fury beat him. I've been saying it for the last few years. A lot of you will have a testament to that, which is he's been a loss waiting to happen. Now, he said a long time ago that when I lose, hey, it's okay to lose. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, but watch how I come back. So let's see how he comes back. He could look at the landscape and go, well, I ain't going to get any big paydays now, because it's going to feel like he's taking a huge pay reduction, isn't it? Because if he fight Charles Martin or Adam Kalnacki or Robert Helenius, any of these kind of PBC-related fighters, or even Otto Wallin, what kind of money is he going to get? Not even close to what he got for Fury. Didn't he get about 20 million or 30 million for Tyson Fury? Something like that. So it's going to feel like he's taking a huge pay cut. People don't like that. If it was you in your work and then one week you turned up and your wages have been cut in by 3/4, you ain't going to be too happy about it, are you? So I'd imagine that, or at least hopefully, possibly, that he may look at it and go, well, my best paydays now, obviously I'm not going to get the Tyson Fury third fight. It's unlikely I'm going to get the Anthony Joshua fight anytime soon. So maybe Dillian Whyte, that will be a decent payday. Andy Ruiz Jr., that would be a decent payday. Maybe a Usyk versus Joe Joyce winner, if at all that's possible. Maybe a decent payday. But outside of that, what else is there really? Anyway, it is what it is. I thought I'd give you my thoughts, as a lot of you have asked. Hopefully it is a sign of that he is making a comeback with his new promoted in Malik Scott, his new promoted trainer, Malik Scott, I should say. I don't know if that's a good move. I mean, time will tell on that one. We know Malik Scott, he's been part of Deontay Wilder's training camp for a little while now. But obviously, since Mark Brennan got fired under those ridiculous allegations that Wilder and his absolute toxic fan base have been throwing around, that is Malik Scott the right person? I don't know. I mean, you don't have to be a great fighter to be a great trainer. It doesn't work that way. And being a great fighter, no, he wasn't. And we can see that he got absolutely knocked smooth out by Derek Chisora. No shame in that one, I suppose. When he fought Luis Ortiz, he was literally on his bike the entire fight. When he fought Deontay Wilder, he winked at Deontay Wilder, put his hands up, his gloves up in front of his face. Wilder hit his gloves. There was no rebound even on his head. Didn't even connect whatsoever, and he went down like he'd just been out on the deer range. So, is he really the right person? What's he really going to teach him how to do? Survival mode. Well, that's something that Wilder's been doing anyway for a long time. He loses every second of every single round until he lands that big right hand. But a lot of that big right hand is down to psychology as well. Is he going to be confident enough to throw it and not get countered? Because as we know, he don't like it around the whiskers. He ain't the strongest around the whiskers, is he? So anyway, we'll have to wait and see. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.